opposition's relentless attacks on central agencies aren't new. We're talking about the recent incidents being reported from West Bengal. 5th of January, the officers of the Enforcement Directorate literally came under attack when goons, allegedly supporters of local TMC strongman Shahjahan Sheikh, encircled ED officers who were just doing their job. The officers of the central agencies were left bloodied and were forced to escape on an auto rickshaw after even their vehicle was vandalized by the assailants. The ED says that its officials were attacked by a mob that was likely instigated by Shahjahan Sheikh and those associated with him. And the murderous assaulters have only been booked under bailable offences. What's worse, and this has been said on record by the central agency, is that a copy of even this FIR has not been shared with the ED for them to bring the attackers to book. Some modus operandi was repeated when Enforcement Directorate went to arrest Shankar Adhya. Following the arrest, his supporters allegedly tried to block the investigators from taking him with them, besides hurling stones at their vehicles. The CRPF personnel who were accompanying the ED team had to baton charge the mob to bring the situation under control. And despite all this, speaking for the first time on the issue, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee absolves her party and government of any wrongdoing.
অনেকে তো আইন শৃঙ্খলা নিয়ে অনেক অকথা কুকথা বলে, অপপ্রচার মিথ্যা করে। আমাকে কেউ 10টা গালি দিক, আমার গায়ে লাগবে না, কারণ গালাগালি খেতে খেতে আমি ছোটবেলা থেকে অভ্যস্ত হয়ে গেছি। কিন্তু বাংলাকে গালাগালি দিলে আমার খুব আপত্তি আছে। বাংলাকে কেউ যদি নিচু করতে চায়, আমাকে গালাগালি দেওয়ার নাম করে, সেখানে আমার আপত্তি থাকে। আপনারা জানেন ভারতবর্ষের মধ্যে শ্রীরামপুর থানা বেস্ট থানা হিসেবে ঘোষিত হয়েছে। তাহলে আইন শৃঙ্খলা যদি ভালো না হয়, এই জায়গাটা হবে কি করে? ক্যালকাটা সেফেস্ট সিটি হিসেবে ঘোষিত হয়েছে, তাহলে কি করে হলো?
Well, like you just heard, the Chief Minister believes there is a deliberate attempt to malign the image of Bengal. But look at the scale of the alleged scam being investigated. ED claims the alleged scam that's being investigated involves proceeds of crime that amounts to nearly 10,000 crore rupees. As per Enforcement Directorate, this is the money from the poorest of the poor who depend on the state's public distribution system for their daily sustenance that was allegedly siphoned off. ED claims nearly 2,000 crore was being transferred to Dubai directly or through Bangladesh, and the money was being laundered using the corporate identity of companies. The BJP claims Mamata Banerjee and her party are trying to defend the corrupt, while TMC believes BJP instigated the violence that transpired on the 5th of January.
व्यक्ति ने जनसात मतलब PIL किया है, तो उसमें कोर्ट की भी मैटर है, सब जुडिस मैटर है, इसमें मैं ज़्यादा बोलना नहीं चाहूँगा। मुझे आशा है कि कोर्ट से बंगाल के जनता को और पूरे देश को, जिस तरीके से भारत के संविधान के ऊपर उस दिन हमला हुआ, पूरे देश को न्याय मिलेगा कोर्ट से। दूसरी बात है, तृणमूल कांग्रेस जो बोल रही है कि किसी ऑफिसर के अगेंस्ट में CBI केस है, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि आप उस ऑफिसर का सर फोड़ देंगे। तो तृणमूल कांग्रेस के तो बहुत सारे नेताओं के ऊपर चोरी का इल्ज़ाम है, तो जनता के, बंगाल की जनता के रास्ते में पकड़ के उनका सर फोड़े, ये कोई लॉजिक नहीं हुआ। अगर किसी के खिलाफ कोई केसेस है, उसका इंक्वायरी चलेगा।
তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস দুর্নীতিকে সমর্থন করে না, যে বিজেপিতে থাকলে 7 খুন মাপ, তারাই ঠিক করে দেন ইডি কোথায় যাবে, NIA কোথায় যাবে, CBI কোথায় যাবে। ইডি বা CBI এর যে বেসিক বিশ্বাসযোগ্যতা, সেটা নষ্ট করে দিয়েছে বিজেপি। সাধারণ মানুষের কাছে এটা হচ্ছে শুধুমাত্র একেবারে বিজেপির লোক আসছে, বিজেপি। তো এবার এই ঘটনার মধ্যে সেদিনকে যে অশান্তি হলো, সে অশান্তি বিজেপির তৈরি করা একটা প্ররোচনার পরিণাম।
All right, let's open this up. We're joined by Riju Dutta, spokesperson of the TMC. We have Namrata Kothari, political analyst. Apart from that, Nalin Kohli, Harshvardhan Tripathi and Kamruzaman Chaudhary continue to be with us on the broadcast. I'm going to come to you first, Riju Dutta. We've seen the visuals of the attacks, of what transpired. The details that have come to fore, don't they put a big question mark on the law and order situation?
Absolutely not. The law and order is absolutely perfect here. Because if the law and order is not good, then how does the central government give one of our police stations as the best police station in the country? How is Calcutta the safest city 3 times in a row as per NCRB data? See, the bottom line is what happened that there was a very unfortunate incident, but you have to also understand that much bigger senior leaders, sitting ministers were arrested by the ED CBI before and nothing untoward happened. What happened that day was because of provocation. You have gone for a raid, very well, you have gone for a raid, but you take the rifle, you point out at the villagers, you use communal slurs, you abuse women, so provocation meets with an effect. It was very unfortunate, and we are dealing it very, very seriously. And every
Mr. Dutta, you're saying there is no question of law and order situation.
Where he said,
the gathering of the crowd, the pelting of the stones, the attack on the ED officials, are you saying the law and order situation is still absolutely fine? There's no problem with the situation there?
I hope you'll let me finish this time. The DGP West Bengal has spoken to the media for the first time after this incident took place. And even he said, every person, irrespective of their political affiliation or whatsoever, who have broken the law will face the strictest arm of the law. But I will ask you only two pertinent questions before you go to the BJP. And the question is directed at BJP. Question number one, the Assistant Director of ED, Mr. Rajkumar Ram, who went to investigate this scam, this is the FIR copy of the CBI. CBI filed an FIR against the alleged officer for disproportionate assets. And they have been used by the BJP to target the TMC. Point number one. Point number two, when the Pradhan Mantri said, Bhrashtachar bardasht nahi karenge, na khaunga, na khane dunga. Then the person who was seen on the television, the video posted by the BJP, taking money in the Naroda scam, CBI and ED FIR mentioned Shubhendu Adhikari. How did BJP make him the leader of opposition in Bengal?
Okay.
And can ED not see him?
Okay,
has
Riju
ED
Dutta
gone into, has got conjunctivitis? They cannot see Shubhendu Adhikari.
Okay, Riju Dutta, where is the FIR of the cases registered? Where is the FIR of the attack that took place? The ED officials are saying it has not been shared with them. Bailable offences charges have been slapped against the accused. Why is that FIR not being shared? And if it's about corruption, the Enforcement Directorate is only carrying out investigation in the various cases that were registered by the West Bengal police. They are saying this is to the tune of 9,000 to 10,000 crore. Massive corruption according to ED officials. Why can't they investigate this?
Two things. Padmaja, I'll give you a direct answer to your question. ED can say it is 10,000 crore, 1 lakh, sorry Swati, ED can say it is 10,000 crores or 1 lakh crore or 2 lakh crores. They have lost their credibility completely under BJP because they have become an extortion department. That is why their officers are getting arrested in different parts of the country for taking bribes. Second, they are doing raids in Bengal, court-monitored probe. Ministers have been arrested before. We have never seen such an incident. But the question is, when you go to a sensitive area, they do not even inform the state or the state secretary.
Even if people there were instigated, even if people there were instigated, if there was somebody who was trying to provoke them, the ultimate responsibility of law and order lies with the state. Let me bring in our other guests as well. Nalin Kohli, respond to the allegations leveled by Mr. Dutta.
Mr. Dutta is exercising his constitutional right of freedom of expression and speech. But that does not mean that the expression and the speech in response to your questions has merit. I mean, this is fascinating what he says. First, he says ministers have been arrested, nothing has happened. So at least thankfully, the Trinamool Congress does believe that there is corruption there. Second, he says this is not a collapse of law and order. If this is not a collapse of law and order, then what is? This is a Goonda-raj. Now, either in West Bengal, the Trinamool Congress is unable to control the existence of a Goonda-raj, which makes their government a very helpless, hapless government, or they are supporting a Goonda-raj. That's what the visuals show. Number three, he takes the provocation argument. I must really compliment him for that very brave argument. Provocation as being the ground for it. That provocation argument is used by even the ISIS. All terrorists, oh, you know, this happened, so we did this. You know, this happened, so we went and cut the person's head. This happened, so this was it. The provocation argument is an argument of not just convenience. It beats every argument in terms of logic.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is this man is an accused. The next fact of the matter is that he shouts out and asks for a crowd to come. He instigates a crowd and you see stone pelting like you saw in Jammu and Kashmir. The supporters of terrorists were doing that. This is the support of Goonda-raj. And after that you say law and order is very good because the Calcutta police station has got the best award. Congratulations for that. Your police station, if it's doing a good job, will get a reward.
All right.
But on the other hand, if the police fails or the state fails, you are also going to get the brickbats.
Riju Dutta, you yourself said that ministers in the past have been arrested.
Yes.
Have the courts exonerated those ministers? Have the courts said that the Enforcement Directorate and other agencies have lost their credibility? They are only doing this for political vendetta. They are only, an arm of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Point number 2, the ED officials asked for security. Why was the crowd allowed to gather there? If these were not individuals trying to stop from the Enforcement Directorate officials from carrying out their job and create hurdles and roadblocks, what were they doing there?
Thank you, Swati, for asking this question. And I'm sorry I addressed you as Padmaja because I am looking at a camera. Sorry about that. See, I am very amazed and surprised that out of all the, useless spokesperson of the BJP, Mr. Kohli is a very erudite and a gentleman and a lawyer by profession. So I'm sure he knows that as per the Indian laws as it stands today, I am not a lawyer, but you are innocent until proven guilty. In course of the, this investigation, some of our ministers have been arrested, but they have not been pronounced guilty by the court of law, as by the Indian court of law. But today the Supreme Court has said that the Gujarat government were complicit with the rapist of Bilkis Bano and returned and turned the judgment of or the decision of the Gujarat government. So it shows how BJP works. We don't need to show the.
You've not answered my question, though. You've not answered my question, though. I want to bring in Harshvardhan Tripathi, and then then there are two other panelists who haven't spoken. 1 second, Mr. Datta. Harshvardhan Tripathi, पश्चिम बंगाल में ममता बनर्जी कह रही हैं, I'll come back to you. पश्चिम बंगाल में ममता बनर्जी कह रही है कि ये हमारी छवि को, हमारी सरकार की छवि को खराब करने की कोशिश है. लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. और जो बाकी के नेता वो कह रहे हैं कि ये एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट जो है तो बीजेपी इसको इस्तेमाल करती, क्रेडिबिलिटी खत्म हो गई इसकी.
स्वाति जी, मुझे लगता है कि इस देश का राजनीतिक दुर्भाग्य है कि जिस राज्य में राष्ट्रपति शासन बहुत पहले लग जाना चाहिए था, वहां शायद इस वजह से राष्ट्रपति शासन नहीं लग रहा है कि कहीं इसका लाभ तृणमूल कांग्रेस को फिर से न मिल जाए. आप सोचिए, देश के किसी हिस्से में ऐसा नहीं हुआ है, और वो ठीक कर रहे हैं कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इज परफेक्टली फाइन. वो उनके लिए परफेक्टली फाइन इसलिए है कि जो लॉ है वो उनके ऑर्डर के लिहाज से काम करता है. और आपको याद होगा कलकत्ता हाईकोर्ट की जो टिप्पणी थी वो कोई भूला नहीं है. पश्चिम बंगाल देश का एक ऐसा राज्य बन गया है जो इस देश में लोकतांत्रिक तौर पर जितनी कलंकित करने वाली घटनाएं हैं, जितना धब्बा लग सकता है, वो सब वहां लगता है. किसी राज्य में चुनाव के बाद मतदाताओं को सिर्फ इसलिए अपना घर छोड़कर दूसरे राज्य में नहीं भागना पड़ता कि उन्होंने किसी दूसरी पार्टी को वोट किया था. किसी राज्य में इस तरह से राजनीतिक हत्या और हिंसा नहीं होती है. उसमें तृणमूल कांग्रेस के लोग भी मारे जाते हैं, क्योंकि जब हत्या होने लगती है तो वो ये नहीं देखती है कि किस पार्टी का कौन मारा जा रहा है. और अभी का मामला तो पूरी तरह से प्रेसिडेंट रूल के लिए, मतलब इससे ज्यादा कोई बढ़िया आधार नहीं हो सकता. लेकिन मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि गवर्नर वहां से ये रिकमेंडेशन क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं. क्यों भारत की सरकार, राष्ट्रपति महोदय ये निर्णय नहीं ले रहे हैं. अगर सेंट्रल एजेंसी के ऑफिशियल्स के ऊपर इस तरह से मॉब लिंचिंग की कोशिश होती है तो इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण वाकया नहीं हो सकता. और मैं मानता हूं ये कि शायद राजनीतिक वजहों से, क्योंकि लोकसभा चुनाव है, तृणमूल कांग्रेस कहेगी कि हमारे खिलाफ इसका इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है. लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि प्रेसिडेंट रूल लगना चाहिए, राष्ट्रपति शासन पश्चिम बंगाल में लगना ही चाहिए.
कमरुज़मान चौधरी, सवाल मेरा यह है आपसे कि नेशनल फ्रंट पर अलायंस बनाते वक्त तो कांग्रेस क्लीन चिट दे देती है टीएमसी को, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू वेदर इट्स पोस्ट पोल वायलेंस और व्हाट हैपेंड विद द ईडी ऑफिशियल्स, द कांग्रेस हैज इन फैक्ट स्लैम्ड द टीएमसी. तो कम से कम पश्चिम बंगाल में तो कांग्रेस सही बात करती है.
No, Swati, you are getting the entire issue wrong. We are not the blind bucks of any political party out here. We have formed the India Alliance with a specific purpose. That doesn't mean that we condone any evils of our supporting parties.
But you can join hands with
I never
evil.
do same, nor my leader out here, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, has done that. No, wait, let me finish, please, Swati. I'm coming to a very specific point out here. From a neutral viewpoint from Bengal, let me just state it to you. You know, here the issues are very different out here. Trinamool Congress has formed mafias in every block, every town, every kasbah of Bengal. And they are entrusted with specific tasks to carry out the work of the ruling party. You know, when Calcutta Police Commissioner's house was raided by CBI, then who was the person who went to defend that? The the home minister of the state, the chief minister of the state, Srimati Mamata Banerjee. Now you see, when these criminal gundas like Shahjahan Khan are sprouting in every nook and corner of Bengal, then they are afraid. They are not afraid of anything, because they say, my chief minister, my Netri, Mamata Banerjee is there to support me. So that's what happening in Bengal out here. Then the most important thing out here is that this apart, there is a very concerted effort by Bharatiya Janata Party.
So I'm clearly not getting it wrong, because despite whatever you've highlighted, the Congress party is still an ally of the TMC when it comes to national politics. I'm clearly getting something right here. Namrata Kothari, Gunda is the word that Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary has used for Shahjahan Sheikh, and he clearly is saying that there's patronage by state.
See, it is like we are living in a democratic country and we have the right to say whatever we want to say. But before any proved allegation, we can't put any allegation to anybody. But here, definitely the violence is not good for any state and any country. And DG has today strongly said, like they will take definitely a strong step against the people who have done this violence. But the thing is, till anything is proved, we can't, put any allegation on anybody. Let the court is there, our the judiciary system is there. They will definitely take the right
but
decision.
But the assurance to take action, is that just lip service, Ms. Kothari? Is that just lip service? Because the ED officials are asking for FIR that has not been shared with them. Then there are bailable offences. Why is that happening if stern action is to be taken against these individuals? Go ahead, Ms. Kothari, if you can hear me.
Yeah, pardon?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what are you asking? Pardon, please?
Well, I'm saying the assurance now of action to be taken, is that just lip service?
See, the action will be taken. The assurance is given by both the, the state government and also the police officials. Whoever the culprit is there, they are, put before the court of law. And even the DG, they have given the assurance. DG has given the assurance.
But these are, again, but will it reach? Yes, but again, like the ED officials are saying, these are bailable offences. FIR details are not being shared with us. The ED officials also, in fact, are highlighting how they demanded security. Despite that, the crowd was allowed to gather and create roadblocks in what the enforcement directorate was doing. Investigate the matter. Like you said, you cannot just blame someone, you have to prove it. For that, the enforcement directorate needs to carry out its investigation.
What are the
Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress as well says patronage is being given to corrupt officials, and there's Goonda-raj. The Chief Minister of the state says this is nothing but just an attempt to malign the image of her party and her government in West Bengal. Thanking all the gentlemen and Namrata Kothari for joining us in the broadcast. That's it for India Upfront today.